All right, guys. So let's continue. So I was teaching you how to use this particular window. Okay. So when you are here, okay, you can now uh, put in the parameters for your moving averages. Okay, your period of the moving average. We choose the type. Leave this one. Apply to close. Leave it always here. Don't use it unless you know what you are doing. Okay. This is where you come to change the color of your moving average. Here you select the pixel. If you want it to be thin, you select it. If you want it to be bold, if you want it to be dash line, you select it. When you click OK, it will plot the moving average on your chart. Okay. If you want to change the features of the moving average, if you come here and point at it, it will show that context window. You right click. This drop down menu will come. You select on MA properties. You come back to that same window. You can come and change the moving average from 21 to 200. You can change it to simple moving average. You can come here and select, leave it at close. You can come here and make it a whole straight line and bolding it here. You change the thickness of the moving average. You can come here and change the color. In case I want to make it red, I come here and choose and you say okay. It will plot the moving average on your chart. Okay, it will plot the moving average on your chart. Okay, if you come here, if I want to change it, I come here, I point at the moving average. It will show this window. I right click and select the properties again. I can come and change it to 50 period moving average. Okay, 50 period for instance. I can come here and change the color. From that color, I want it to be this color this time around. I want it to be thick. I say okay. It will plot the moving average. Okay, so this is how to use that particular feature. Okay. All right. The next one I will teach you guys now is this tool here. This is where you come to select your time frames. Okay. If you want to change your chart to any particular time frame, you come here. If you want to switch it to the monthly time frame, you come here and select monthly. Okay. Select monthly. Okay. If you want to change it to daily time frame, you come here and select it to daily time frame. If you want to change it to 1 hour time frame, you come and change it to 1 hour time frame. Okay. So this is how you use this particular time frame and the period tool. Okay. Then here is your templates. If there's any template you installed on your MT4, this is where you can come and open the templates. Okay. I will teach you how to save templates. Okay. If you come here, for instance, these are templates that I've installed. Okay. So if I come here and click it, it will open the template for me. Okay, this is the template I set. Okay, so I'll teach you guys how to use all that later. So let's go back to another window. Okay, let's close here. Okay, all right. So when you open, like I said before, when you first come into MT4, this is the kind of chart you'll see. This is how your chart will look like. It is you that will come and start changing it and configuring it to suit the way you want it to look like. Okay. All right. So let's look at this second role here. This is your crosshair tool. When you click it, you bring it to the chart. You see, it will put crosshair on your chart. You use your crosshair to measure your price. Okay, let me zoom in on this chart, for instance. When you zoom in, I want to change it to candlesticks. I come here and click candlesticks, so it will look like candlestick. Okay, so this is your crosshair. You use it to gauge price. When you point anywhere on the candle, you look at the price on the right hand side. Okay, on the right hand side. Okay, look at it. You can use it to look for price levels on your candlesticks, or you can use it to measure what you measure the pip. If you left click, and drag it down to any level, you can read your pip. The second number 1661 is your pip and pipette. So the pip from here, the pip count from here to here, you right click and hold down your mouse. Right click, left left mouse click and hold it down and drag it away. Okay, let me show you. Left click, point to any place you want to start your reading. You left click and hold it down. Then you left click and hold it down. Then you drag. Sorry, let me select the tool again. Select the tool. Left click and hold it down. Hold it down. Hold your mouse down and you drag to the right hand side. Okay. If you want to measure the number of pip market moved from here to here, for instance, that middle number, the 53 is the number of candles from here to here. Okay. Then the 1331 is the pip and pipette. So, but the number of pip here is 133 pips or 133.1 pips. Okay. The last digit one is the pipette, but the 133 is the number of pips. Okay. From that place you started to here. Okay. So this is how to use this crosshair. Then this is the vertical tool item. Okay. When you click it, it will insert a vertical tool here. Now, when you insert it, depending on how you configure this application, it will it will make it will insert this handle here and this handle here, meaning that you can left click and hold it and drag it anywhere on the chart you want to drag it to. Okay. If it is not selected, you double click it, it will select it. You double click and it will select these handles. When these handles are there, you left click and hold it. You can move that line to anywhere you want to move it to. When these handles are selected as well, when you right click on this vertical line, then you right click and you select properties, you can change the color of the property and where you want this horizontal line to be. Okay. Sorry, where you want this vertical line. Sorry, it's a vertical line. Sorry, it's not horizontal. It's a vertical line tool. Okay. Now here, if you want it to be at if you want it to be on any particular date, you come here and select the parameter. If you want it to be at let's say I want it to be at the line to be at 2023 plus I want it to be at October and I want it to be at October 2026. I put 36 there. Okay. But you have to type the dates. Okay. Okay. That is the date format. Then the timing, you also want it, you click it there. When you put the timing, you say okay. It will just take that particular vertical line to the date where you set it at. Okay, look at it. To put it at the date where you set it at. So I set it at this date at 12 midnight. Okay, at 12 midnight. Okay, so it will show you where the price is. It will tell you where this vertical line is and where you want to place it, and to point at the candlestick that was formed at that particular time. Let me zoom in. It will point at the candlestick that was formed at the particular time you set it. Okay, so if you want to permanent it, you double click it, the handles will go off. The handle has gone off. If you double click it again, the handle will show. It is only when the handle shows that you can move it. If these handles here and here are not showing, you cannot move that line. Let me double click to remove the handle. You can see you cannot, if you drag, you cannot move the line again. But if you want to move it, you have to double click. If the handle shows, then you can left click and drag to anywhere you want to place it. You can also right click and select the properties and change the color of the line. You come to common. When you come to the common tab, you select the color. If I want the color to be this color, for instance, I select it. I say okay. It has changed the color. All right. So that's how you use the vertical line tool. Then the next two is the horizontal line tool. When you select it, you come and put it on your chart. Boom. Okay. Now you see, when it is there, by default, the way I set it is that when I insert any particular tool, the two handles will be there, will be activated, meaning that I can move it. If I left click and hold it, I can move that line. Okay. If I right click and select properties, that's the horizontal line properties, I can change the color of that line. If I want it to be yellow, I'll put it there. If I want it to be thick, I select it here and I say, okay, the line is thick. Okay. I can move it anywhere I want to put it on my chart, okay? If I want to permanent this line, I double click it. The handles will go off. Then I'll permanent the line. I can no longer move it again, okay? But if I want to move it, I'll double click the line. These two handles will show, okay? Then I left click and hold it and drag. The line can move, okay? If I want to insert two different lines with two different colors, okay, when this line is selected, the two handles are showing. I hold down my control key, I left click and drag. It will duplicate the line. I bring it to where I want to put it. If I double click it, right click and select properties, I can change the color of that line to red, for instance, and I say okay. Boom, it has shown. If I want to if I want to reduce the thickness, okay, of the line, when these handles are selected, I right click, select properties, and then come and change the thickness to smaller one. I can come and change it to dotted line, okay, and I say okay, the line will be dotted, okay. So that's how you use it, okay. The next tool here is the trend line tool, which is a very important tool. When you click it, select it, you left click and hold it and drag down to where you want to put it, okay? And you release it. It will permanent it there, okay? It will put it there. Now, the trend line tool will show you three handles, one handle, the middle handle, and the other end handle. Now, it is selected as it is, so you can move, you can left click and hold and drag. Left click and drag to put that line anywhere you want to put it. You can move the trend line to anywhere you want to put it. Okay, if I want to put it here, I'll drag it and put it there. If I want to permanent it here, I double click to remove these handles. I double click left double click, okay, and remove the handle. If I want the handle to show, I left click, I double click the left key of my mouse. I double click it, the handle will show. I left click and hold and drag, it will move it. If I want to change the color, once the trend line is selected, I right click there, select properties, then come here and I come here and change the color to any color of your choice. If I want it to be thick, I select it to be thick. I say okay, it will give me a thick line, okay? All right, so that's how to use that one. Then equidistance tool. When you select the equidistance tool, it will help you to draw channel on your chart. If you want to draw channel on your chart, use the equidistance tool. When you click it, select it, you come and place it on your chart. Left click and hold it and drag it down to where you want the channel to end, and you release it. Okay, it will show the handles. For if you left click and hold the handle at any end, left click and hold it down, you can drag the line and change it. Okay, you can drag it and change and pull it down. Okay, you can drag it and pull it down. Okay, like this. Okay, if you want to drag everything, if you want to drag both lines, you click and hold anywhere. You can drag it anywhere. You left click and hold and drag it to anywhere you want to put it. Okay, to create your channel. Use it to construct your channel. Okay, your parallel channels. Okay, now if you want to permanent it, you have to double click this center line to remove the handles, and you permanent the line on your chart. Okay, the other thing is the Fibonacci retracement tool. Okay, this is the Fibonacci retracement. When you left click it, okay, you want to use the tool to gauge a pullback. Like this is a pullback in the market. This is a pullback here. This is an impulsive move. This is a pullback. This is an impulsive move. If I want to measure this level of pullback, I start from point A to point B to swing high to a swing low. You left click and hold and drag your Fibonacci tool to where? To the swing low. Okay, from swing high to swing low. It will now plot your Fibonacci ratios. Okay, look at them. But to make it show here, I have to left. I have to right click on the Fibonacci tool to bring out the drop down menu, and I go to properties. I can come here and change the color of those Fibonacci lines. Here I can make the color brighter. I want it to be yellow. Okay, I can come here and make this middle line here that is red. I can change it to white. Okay, or any color of your choice. I can say I don't want the line to show. Okay, but it's good for it to show a little so that you know where the handle starts from. I can just choose this color for it. Okay, all right. Then you can come here and select the thickness of these numbers. Okay, let me just say okay so that you can see the Fibonacci numbers. Let me say okay. You can see these are the Fibonacci numbers. Okay, I drag this from swing high to a swing low. If you want to measure a Fibonacci retracement in a downtrend, you drag from high point, swing high to a swing low. But if it is for an uptrend, you drag for a swing low to a swing high. Okay, so that's a topic for another day. I just want to show us how to use the Fibonacci tool. Let me delete these other ones that I've done. Let me delete them. Okay, let me delete them so that I can make this chart clear. Okay, all right, so let's go back to the Fibonacci tool. You drag from a swing high to a swing low, okay? You drag, if you want it to come to the left hand side, you move it to the left hand side. You see, as I'm moving it to the left hand side, it will follow you. Move it to the right hand side, it will follow you. Move it to here, it will follow you, okay? All right, so that's how you use it. Let me delete it. Let me go to the, shift this chart back, switch this off and switch this on to bring here. So let me now measure the Fibonacci pullback, okay? Retracement from here to here to measure this retracement here, okay? Fibonacci, you grab it, swing high to swing low, okay? You take it to the left hand side, or you just hold it and adjust it here and leave it here, okay? You permanent it. You double click to permanent to remove the handle. It will permanent that Fibonacci. You can see this is 61.8. You can see how the market retraced into 61.8 Fibonacci level before it start coming down, okay? So this is a very important tool. I use it a lot, guys, okay? All right, so the other one is your draw text tool. When you click it, select it and put it on your chart, you can come and type in anything you want to type in here. It will show. Okay, since we have a black background, I have to make this text a visible color so I to show on the background. So let me use yellow, okay? So I to show on this black background. Then I want to change the font type. I want it to be Korea, okay? Then here where you have text, you come and type in what you want to type, okay? So I can type Forex, okay? Forex for beginners, okay? Forex for beginners, okay? All right. I can change the font size to 18 or 20 or 24 and you click OK. Okay, so it will just write it on your chart the way you have typed it in there, okay? Now, if you want to move it about, you have to make sure that it is selected. This handle is selected. You left click and hold it and drag it to anywhere you want to put it on your chart, okay? If you double click it, the handle goes off. You permanent it there, okay? If you want to drag it, if you want to reposition it, you go just click on it, the handle will show, just drag it to anywhere you want to put it, double click and you permanent it there, okay? If you want to change the color, you double click it, you select it, left click, select properties, then you come to change the color. I can change it to this red color, okay? I say okay, all right? It will show, double click and you hold it, okay? So that's how you use this. This is almost the same with this, so I don't want to go into it. It's the same, it does the same thing, okay? It practically does the same thing. You come to this label, this text, and you type anything you want to type, okay? Let me type Femi, okay? All right? Okay, and you just change it to 32, okay? Or let me just change this to the Euro USD, Euro USD, okay? This is a 1 hour chart, okay? I just type chart, okay? It's a 1 hour chart, okay? And I just say okay. All right. See how it has typed it on your chart. You can drag it anywhere you want to place it. If I want it to be white, for instance, I change the color here to white, okay? And I say okay. It is white, okay? See it, okay? You double click to permanent it, okay? So that's how to use that tool, okay? So this one is the what is the rectangle tool. If you can't find it on your toolbox here, you go to insert, okay? You go to shapes and you select rectangle. Bam. Just come here, left click, left click and hold and drag to the right hand side. It will draw this rectangle for you, okay? Good. If you want this rectangle to move, you can drag, left click and hold it and drag it to anywhere, okay? If you want it to change as a background, when these handles are activated, you right click and select properties. You come here to say draw the object as a background. You click it, okay? And you say okay. It has drawn it as a background, okay? So that's how you use this particular tool, okay? All right. So you double click it to remove the handle and you permanent the line there, okay? All right, this one is the oval shape. If you want to click the oval shape, you select it, you come here, it will draw the line. When it draws the line, you can now come to the center and left click and hold it and expand it. It will draw a circle. If you want it to be oval, you draw it like this. Hold left click at the center and you can move it to anywhere you want to move it to. You double click it, the handles will go off, you permanent it. If you double click it again, the handles will show, you can left click and drag and expand it. Okay, you